going to move to introducing the next speaker here, Jamie. I'm not going to say much about Jamie because I assume he's going to tell you about himself. But I am going to say, you know, he shouldn't be here. He's somebody that this society threw away a long time ago. But he didn't quit. He didn't give up. He didn't allow that to be the vision of his life. So I give you Jamie.
Thank you, Peter. Hello, my name is Jamie Park. I'm a recovering addict. I started using drugs and alcohol when I was 9 years old, and I was kind of a street kid growing up in Augusta. I ended up getting locked up in the main youth center when I was 12, and I stayed there till I was 18. I went through the Day 1 program, and I learned a lot about the system. I learned about, basically, a lot about the program, about AA, about NA, the 12 steps. Had counseling every day, groups every day. What happened to me is when I got out when I was 18, I tried to change my life and stay sober and stay clean, stay away from the drugs and alcohol. But what had happened I had my sister, I had a stepsister, she was murdered. And it kind of sent me over the edge. I ended up in prison when I was 19, and I ended up having a relapse. It took me a few more years to get my life back together. I ended up getting out when I was 25 years old. I turned around and I got in a car accident. And I ended up hurting my neck, and they put me on oxycodone. And I ended up getting hooked on those things. And things graduated on into the bigger and heavier drugs. And they controlled me. And basically, I saw myself change from somebody who was, good, kind-hearted, decent, honorable, to somebody who was, a thief, a liar, all the things that nobody wants to become. So what happened to me is I decided that, it was time for me to change my life, and, I was sick of having to use a substance to make me feel better, to make me feel normal. And I just didn't understand why I would have to use a substance to feel normal. So, it's been a bumpy road for me. I basically, I had to go into crisis and counseling. I ended up getting on the Suboxone program. It's been a bumpy road for me, But I want to thank you folks for having me here, and thank you folks for listening and hearing me out. And basically, it means a lot to me because, all the old me, the bad me, the criminal me, the liar, the thief, the criminal, that's behind me. And now I'm working towards a better future, and to be able to focus in on things that are important, things that are, positive instead of negative. And basically, it's been a life-changing moment for me to go in and get counseling and do all that stuff on my own. Since I was a kid, I always had to do that stuff, because the judge made me, I was court-appointed, or because I had to. But it's no longer, that. I'm not being made to do that. I'm doing this on my own. And eventually I would like to, try to help the younger generation, the youth, to, see through my trials and tribulations and try to help them understand that, using substances isn't the way to live. You're only going to end up, either in jail or dead. And that's no way to live, being hooked on substances. I don't want to keep you too long, but thank you very much for listening, and thank you for having me.